Hi, Richard Lewald, Bioenergy Wellness Care. The subject that we're going to cover, and that's so important, is that everything has foundations. And what I've really discovered is something that is thousands of years old in knowledge. But I believe I've been able to revolutionize that whole concept and are able to prove how, when we fix the foundations, this is where it all begins. You get a crack in the wall, you keep on fixing the crack. It becomes very obvious that the problem is in the foundation. And where do you think the foundation of your body is? Well, there's maybe different levels, but one of your major foundations is your feet. Traditional Chinese medicine for thousands of years has stated feet first. And your feet is your second heart. Now, in our society, we typically equip our feet with some type of footwear. It could be slippers, it could be shoes, it could be, socks even, but typically we wear shoes in this world here. Now, what has really become a major impact that people might spend hundreds of dollars on their footwear, and they could be wasting their money because everything is energy, as you can see in all my videos. So we distill it as all being energy. And when you connect the energy from the shoe, which is based on material, the geometrics, okay, that's the shape and how things are kind of work together, that creates an overall energy field. And of course, then it's also those who are creating the idea, because everything comes from ideas, those who are assembling that, the energy that they might put into it as well, just like cooking food. And if the energy mix of all these things, the ideas, the materials, the people that are putting it together, the whole concept of what the company stands behind in their branding and everything else, they really want to produce a good product, then you more than likely are going to end up with a top-notch product, regardless of perhaps the value, the dollar amount, or whatever the currency is attached to it, okay? And so what I found when I'm testing people with my wands is that as particular people age, the feet kind of start falling apart as well. Just like the skin drops, collagen, elastin. Well, in our feet, we have 5 arches, and it's just like the suspension in your car. And what happens when you drive the car over time? You do the miles, shocks, springs, struts, any of these things start to wear, and they start to sag, and the tires start to wear a funny way. And all you have to do is look at a lot of people's footwear, and you look at the shoes, how are they wearing? This is how they're tracking on their feet when they're walking. Now, the next important thing is to know that from that ancient knowledge in traditional Chinese medicine, there's something like 72,000 points in the feet. And these points are kind of like nerve ends. I liken them always as to the dimmer switches on your light circuit. So when we bring the dimmer switch down, what happens to the light? The light goes dim or it's off altogether. So we need to bring it back on if we want light. Well, if those 72,000 points in our feet are connected to everything above along the meridian lines, then what do we create? We either bring the energy down when we've been stepping, walking a certain amount of time over it, and they become desensitized. It's just like bringing that switch down. Now the energy flows, let's say it's connected to the kidney, to whatever, liver, to the heart, to the lungs. The tendency is what? We got an analysis, a diagnosis of some sort of those areas. Okay, you're weak on that side. You have that disease perhaps. But really what I find the magic is so often is in the feet, your foundation. The switches are brought down, the energy is not there, and there's this principle. Where the energy goes, the blood flows. Blood supplies oxygen, nutrients, and all kinds of beneficial things to help us heal, repair, rejuvenate. So when the energy is not there, then how can it be the blood flow? So the number one thing that our cells need is oxygen. How does oxygen get there? blood again, right? Circulation. Lack of circulation, inflammation. Therefore the word itis, bronchitis, colitis, arthritis, okay? Everything has to do with inflammation, and inflammation is determined by circulation. Discomfort, pain sets in, nobody wants it. So what we typically do, take some kind of medication, take some herb, take some vitamins, whatever, to try to help improve. But here's where that can go wrong. So you can have the best car in the world with the best of products in that car, the best gas, best tires, best oil. The car looks great, but the battery's dead, or you don't get the spark plugs to fire, or whatever. There's an issue with this. So once you get that, you fix those things. You get the energy knowing that all these other things are there. But I think this is what's been lacking in the overall knowledge. How do we know exactly where it's off? And then when we correct these things, great therapy, acupuncture, reflexology. Again, reflexology is that working on the foot points. Very beneficial. Problem being, you go through that therapy, and 2 hours, 2 days, 2 weeks later, your feet are back in that same condition is where you started. So same imbalance, same disease shows up, and you're forever trying to band-aid it with certain things and treatments and so on, but perhaps never achieving it. And over time, as you age, it's going to get worse and worse because we didn't correct it. When you have issues with your car in the suspension, what do? You put new shocks, you maybe put new springs, you fix the struts, and you do all these things. Then you put new tires on, and the car drives better, it tracks better, it's a smoother drive. Same thing, okay? Fix the foundation. So what's interesting, again, going back, so our feet need to be fixed, but what causes issues in the feet then is because we have all those points, is that the footwear that we attach to our feet, they can provide energy. And when we put energy into the feet, then the energy can have a tendency to flow up through the meridian lines, hit the organs, and so on. But if we put something that's an energy sink, so it's actually like an energy vampire, it draws that out of the feet, right? It makes even the condition even worse. So again, we will attach a little demonstration, and we had you here just recently, and you got brought some of your stuff, and we're going to show. Hard for people to believe that, isn't it?
Well, it's interesting, Richard. I'm not sure. I've never shared this with you before. So, when I was a teenager, I had, one of my first girlfriends. I remember going over to her place, and her mother used to say to me that the shoes that a person wears is very, very important. So the tendency of what most parents do when they have children and families is that they know that their children is always growing out of the shoe, right? And they're getting bigger all the time in size. The shoes size is always changing. It seems like every 6 months. So the tendency is that a lot of families, they want to buy the shoes that are sometimes the most inexpensive. And so with this girlfriend of mine, when I was a teenager, her mother used to always buy very good shoes. And I really couldn't understand why. And so she explained it to me one day. She said, you're exactly what you just mentioned. She said, and I didn't understand the concept at that time. But she said that your foot is like the foundation for your body. So it's very important to wear good shoes that are going to support your body. I really didn't understand what that meant or the importance of it until now. So it makes sense, everything you're saying, because we know that it does have an impact. It's just that back then I didn't realize how much of an impact it really had. But yeah, it's very interesting because a lot of times we purchase things or shoes and so forth because we like the style, we like the look, we like the color. We may not realize that very pair of shoes that we purchased and are wearing is robbing us of all the energy from our body. So this is great. I'm looking forward to looking more into this and learning more about it.
Well, I trust that our viewers can share this information because honestly, again, people will spend so much money on different products to help improve their life, their health, their looks. Again, the foundation is what we need to fix it with. And so look at what you're doing. You're making it in an investment. The beauty of good shoes, they're going to last you 6 months, a year, 2 years, depending on how you wear them. And so you get much more ROI, return on your investment, and getting your quality of life up in that. Again, when we do that energetically, everything we do above, everything we add in our body is going to function better. So the ROI from having support your feet is going to be astronomical.
Yes.
Okay. So, and that's what we want. How are you going to get your best return and have a better quality of life? So this, once again, we're going to demonstrate what happened with your feet when you brought some of these things with you.
I'm looking forward to it.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to relate, again, what we attach to our feet as to how it energetically impacts. So we got various shoes here. And so foot health, whatever we attach to our feet, is super important. And here we got various different shoes. So where he's standing in the moment right now, this is Ken's energy field. He brought typically some of his shoes he's wearing, so he's going to just hold them. Whether he puts them on or whether he holds them, it's all the same, okay? Because it's the energy field that it merges. So that pair of boots are okay. They're not energy vampires, okay? They'll boost his energy a little bit, so he can wear them.
So this is a mark-off.
As this is a mark-off of where his original energy field. So we went over here now, okay? So important, because if you got things that are energy vampires and you put them on your feet, again, it attaches to the 72,000 nerve ends. And, okay, so those boots are actually better than the last one, okay? They go this far, all right? So it's increased about a 50% energy field. So yes, you can wear those. Those shoes are not going to serve you very well. You see, because how much your energy field has been reduced, okay? Like to about 10%, maybe 15, 20% of your original. So as they are, but sometimes with good orthotics, which we can do another time, when you put the good orthotics, that will help those shoes, possibly, okay? Okay, those are neutral. See, I'm standing right beside the box, which is the marker. Those are neutral to him. Okay, you can hang on, but it's always better to have something that is going to add some energy into you, but they're not necessarily going to do you any harm, okay? And those somehow are also low on energy, okay? That's for you with that. Now,
How about that one?
yeah, let's give him, and then actually I want to, so this is a pair of shoes. I am wearing them myself, and I've shared them with my friends because these are phenomenal value. Probably the best energy shoes that I've come across. Look at that, okay? Feels very strong. And if we were to do this outside, if it wasn't raining, we'll be just like way out there, okay? And that's why I'm wearing them since the last 5 weeks. Now, the same company that makes those shoes, they're True, and you look them up on the website. People are showing this. The brand is True.
Oh, the same one.
Oh, the same one. Hang on, the other box here. Okay, I'll just get that. And this is actually a more expensive shoe. Same brand, different style, different material. I think these are about $100 more, okay? Nice looking shoe, but energetically, they're okay. Okay, they're maybe 10% better than your original line. So they're fine to wear, but see what happens? It's again, design, which is got in it geometrics, the material, different combination, everything being energy. So all the different things that make up that shoe creates an energy field. When you then put it on your feet, it creates another energy field, right? So whatever you do, balance the energies or let it work better for you. This is how to improve your life, your foundation, your feet. Majorly important. Again, I can do this and provide you with your evaluation from your shoes based on photographs of the shoes yourself. I can superimpose your photographs of the shoes on top of your photograph, and then I can take the DNA by just simply copying the photograph that you send me of you, insert it, and that will give you the attunement with your body in the now, and then see how each shoe or every component, whether it's nutrition, shoes, clothing, wardrobes, whatever you want to do, we can measure it, and whatever can be measured can be managed. Thank you for watching. Share this information, subscribe to our channels, and send us questions if you have, and hopefully we can address them for you. Have a great day.